Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the TF Cast. I'm Willis and it is June 12th in the solarium.
And I'm your host, Jacob Bases. Today with us, we are very pleased to have Janii Sudan, one of the openers for the upcoming show at the Mankato Brewery on July 5th with Nur-D headlining. Janii, if you'd like to introduce yourself, he is an artist and musician. Tell us about what you do and how you found yourself on the bill and what you do here in Mankato.
Well, I appreciate y'all for having me on the show. My name is Janii Sudan. I make music here locally in Mankato. So, like, really, I'm kind of known for, like, going to every open mic that I possibly can get to and, any shows. Because, like, I see everything, like, basically, I would say on social media. And I'll try to think like, okay, how can I get myself in there? And so first thing I do is try to find the event planner, let him know like, hey, my name is Janii Sudan. Kind of like how I did with you, just came with the introduction. I was like, yo, I see what y'all got going on. I got some things going on. I feel like we can meet somewhere in the middle. And I kind of just shoot from there and wait for like responses. But being on the bill, when I seen that I actually made it, that was crazy. I was like, okay, this is the first time I ever booked my own show.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Nur-D too?
Yeah, when I listen, okay, so at first I didn't know who he was until I had to go do research, and I was like, wait, I know this guy's music,
Mm-hmm.
So from there it was like, all right, it's really a small world. So I've been kind of just waiting and anticipating to see him and be like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, at least you listen to your music, and it's crazy that I'm here, open up for you. And, I want to ask him, like, what it took to get to where he's at, since I'm kind of so familiar with who he is,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sure.
Yeah.
You, a little bit earlier, alluded to kind of like putting in the steps, like going after all these open mics and stuff like that in town here. I am, ever since Red Rocks closed, I haven't been like super familiar with the Mankato hip hop scene. What's going on there? And like, what are some other like, what are some things that you've been seeing there, and what has it been like to move through that?
So as far as the scenery out here, there is, when I say like a whole bunch of artists just in this little underground community,
Mm-hmm.
first and foremost, you got F3, you know what I'm saying? That's a music collective here in Mankato that they got a professional studio down there by the mall. I think it's in the next to GameStop or behind GameStop actually, but there's a collective there that kind of gives you the groundwork if you're not really knowing what you're doing as an artist. And then you got the Motor House. Those are my boys over there too. They're more so like in-house studio, you know what I mean? Connections through like the open mics. So everything is all underground. So like right now, we're at JD's Hideaway, and
Sure.
it's hosted by F3.
Oh,
And so
cool.
what happens over there is it's every Sunday from 6 to 10. Sign up starts at 7, I think, or performances start at 7 actually. So it's like there's a sign up sheet. Get there and you kind of just wait your turn, to kind of show your talent.
Yeah.
So if you're smart, you get on your social media or whatever, and you let people know, like, man, I know you ain't got nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Sunday. They got 2-for-1s for the drinkers, you feel me? Come slide out right quick. Let's turn up for the one time on a Sunday. You know what I mean? And kind of made a ritual. So we started at first at 507, the bar downtown, and then we kind of like outgrew it. We started from lesser numbers and we just grew into this bigger community, so we started tapping into different audiences. So then we moved to JD's Hideaway. So that's where it's currently happening now. And that's also evolving too within its own space, you know what I mean? Because it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different, its own thing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That really speaks to how much music there is going on in Mankato, because there's always been a good hip hop scene here. There's always been, that's been something that we've been proud of for a long time. I haven't been like seeing it for a while, and I claim to pay attention to music in Mankato. I didn't even know there was an open mic at JD's Hideaway. So
wow.
I'm like a little bit embarrassed, but extremely intrigued.
Yeah. Well, now you know, brother.
Yeah.
Now you know.
It's wild how close you can be to it and still miss stuff.
Sure.
What's it been like when you're thinking about going from those open mics to the next step? What are people looking at? What are you looking at? Are there any shows you're trying to get on?
So really, when I first experienced open mic, I've never done no prior shows or nothing like that.
Really?
I was just in the house making music, you know what I mean? I was a social media warrior, you know what I'm saying? So I was on social media just popping all this, like, yeah, I make music, da, da, da. And so one day I actually got to the open mic, and this was before I released Okay, and that's like one of my hottest songs right now, okay, Mankato. So when I went to the open mic, as soon as I walked in, it's people coming up to me like, yo, you should play that one song. And I was like, what song you talking about? They're like, they started singing the chorus, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. So I did that first time, man, I probably had like 2-3 people that was sing, like I could personally see singing my unreleased song, you know? And I'm like, whoa, it kind of lit a fire. So it was like from there, it was raps. So they grew and grew and grew. So where I want to get to is, man, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm trying to get to the crowds of Rolling Loud. Like I'm trying to get to them type of shows. And I'm trying to get in every door possible in different type of rooms. So like comedy nights and, you know, just anything that allows me with a mic and I can show my music. Cause you would never guess like, oh, there's a rapper at comedy night or something, or like a country night or something like that. And it's like, even what I play might majority sound like rap, but you'll definitely find something else in there. I guarantee you. You know what I mean? It's a different type of vibe to it, for sure.
Yeah, kind of a two-part question here is like, A, like what got you started? And then a little bit before the interview, you like alluded to like being like, you know, not wanting to maybe get pigeonholed into rap, and like you want to be like a broader artist, like doing more kind of stuff. And you talked about finding other influences and things in your music. What is your like artistic output for growth look like? Like what would you like to become as the years go? And like what was that initial motivation that had you start music?
So take it back a little, like a couple years, maybe 5-6 years. Being out here in Mankato, the activities we used to get into, right? It's no lie to it. I'm not gonna say I'm proud of it, but I don't regret it. So back when we were younger, me and the homies, man, we used to just, you know, we would get fried. We can't go inside to the house. So it's like 7 of us were on bikes. So we'd be on campus going to like apartments, smoking in apartments, and then putting on the beat. You know what I mean? So just like at that time, my mind was never on music. I was really just outside, you know what I mean, having fun, like with my brothers. And then shit kind of got serious after high school to the point where I got incarcerated. You feel me? So when I got incarcerated, I had to figure something out as far as coping with what I was going through within myself, you know, that battle I was going through. So I found out that, you know, music was an avenue for me in there, you know. So when I did what I, like when what happened, basically, I was in the hall, I was singing like a Kid Leroy song, and somebody, one of the people next to me, woke me up the next morning like, yo, what was that song you was singing? And I was like, what song you talking about? And he kind of hummed it, and he was like, and I told him it was, oh, that's Kid Leroy, da 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 da. And he was like, nah, bro, I know that song. What song was that, bro? And I was like, bro, I promise you that was Kid Leroy. He was like, bro, you just made that song sound like it's yours. And I was like, what you mean by that? And this is early in the morning. I haven't even brushed my teeth or nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm at the cell door, like talking to this man, like, bro, okay, what are you talking about? I'm intrigued, you know what I mean? Because he was banging on the door. He woke me up. So he gave me a task. He was like, all right, bro, you know you about to be back here for a little while. What I want you to do is, I want you to sit down, grab you some paper, and just write something. And I'm thinking to him like, bro, what am I gonna write? Boom. Soon as I fall back asleep or whatever, wake up. I think I wrote okay, or I don't know if it was okay or out of time. one of those two songs. I wrote them in that moment. Well, when I woke up, and then I sang it, and he was like, "Bro, you got something." And then from there, I was like, "All right, let me see if there's something to it." So I get on the phone with my peoples out here in the world, and I be like, "Hey, bro, check this out right quick," And he be like, "Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy." This on like 2-3 people. So came up with a blueprint in there. I was like, "All right, this makes you feel good." Not even necessarily for yourself, because it's like, you used to already just freestyle for fun. It was fun for you. But then when you see the ones closest to you, look at you in your eyes and tell you like, yo, this actually makes me feel good. It's a different type of, that's a different vibe. So now it's like, I kind of found my purpose for making music. It's a therapeutic thing, and it's therapeutic for my people. So where I see myself as far as from that is, I don't want to forget that. That's where I see myself. I'm not trying to forget how I even started making music, or why I started making music, or where I was at when I started making the music I make now. So wherever that passion takes me, I'm open to it. I'm an open book. So I kind of don't even want to put. That's when I said earlier, like you said, the rabbit hole of being a rapper, or like I don't want to put myself. I don't want to give myself a ceiling, because who knows? What if I get on a country song? Who knows if I get on a pop song, or a blues song, a jazz song, and one of these songs hit the charts? You know what I mean? Could you say I'm still a rapper at that time, or could you just say I'm an artist, a musician? So that's why I try to stand on that. Is like, I got to be different somehow.
Yeah, I think that the broad term of artist is like really helpful, because almost everyone who's out there making stuff and they're putting their energy into it, they all have multiple avenues. Like, I don't know anyone who's just doing that one thing. A lot of times that's what people see. That's how they interpret it. But I think it's pretty smart to get out ahead of that, like, and be like, no, I am so many things. Because that's how I feel too. Like, you're not just one thing. You're, like a multifaceted thing. And what is that release plan kind of look like for you? You've been spending a lot of time in the studio or writing.
Yeah. So my last song I dropped on all platforms, and the video on YouTube was called "Finer Things." I don't quite remember when I dropped that, but when I had dropped that song, that particular song was special to me, because it was the first like beat that was ever sent to me personally by another producer. Like, actually, there was a loop maker on Discord that has sent me a loop. I went over to the loop. I went into another Discord voice chat, and then this producer was like, "Yo, what is that playing?" Boom. He's like, "Yo, send me this." Send him to them, and the man sent me the Finer Things beat, and I was like, "Bro, what? This is so crazy. I don't gotta go on YouTube no more and do all this and that no more." And it's like, when I found out who he was, I was like, "Oh, dang, okay, now I know it's really, now I know it's really serious." Because the person that sent me this, he don't work with people like me. I'm just telling it right now. He don't work with people like me. That boy got a bag. You know what I'm saying? That boy be working with big dogs. So it's like, for him to even find me or hear my voice in a voice chat server, that's when I dropped Finer Things. So Finer Things, when I dropped that, I had a whole initial plan of, okay, this song's gonna kind of do what it gotta do, and then you gotta come with the drop every week and a half, 2 weeks, or drop every week almost. Like, and that kind of went into shambles a little bit. Some stuff happened, came up. I went on hiatus like for a little month. But
It's tough to maintain all that.
Yeah. I had no manager. I had nothing. I was just by myself. And then it's like, I had real life to think about. So I recently just kind of made a social media like announcement. Like, I appreciate all y'all people, like everybody that actually loves and listens to my music, for giving me this space to not rushing me, or, it was some hecklers out there, like, "Johnny, what are you doing, bruh? You quit music or something?" You know what I mean? But then the ones that actually cared didn't even ask me about music. They're like, "Johnny, you good, bruh? What you got going on?" You know what I mean? It's because they seen, if music made me this happy, I just stopped dropping, something was going on. But now I'm back. You know what I'm saying? And this was like the first opportunity. It's crazy, like this podcast right here. I really appreciate this opportunity because it's like it gives me a chance to kind of let it be known why I wasn't dropping. You know what I mean? At least for the local scene. You know, because I was doing my best. I was doing the best I could at the time. At the time that when I dropped that song. But now I see better. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know,
Sure.
so
There's a lot of. I mean, just from the little bit I gleaned from it. I looked at your Instagram and the video. It looks like I think that was the video you were shooting. You were shooting it out on campus. What was that process like? Who'd you shoot with, and like what was directing a music? I mean, I guess I don't know if you actually directed it, but what was it like putting together a music video?
So basically, one of the homies tapped me in with a videographer, and then that certain videographer kind of hit me up and was like, "Yo, we should do a mic drop," because I did a mic drop last year downtown in front of Pub 500, and that did some numbers too. So he was like, "Yo, we should do another one of those on campus though," and I was like, "All right." So he basically set up a time, and we coordinated where we would go from campus, or do we talk to the owner right quick if we can go inside, and we did. He let us go in there, record and all that. So what that process looked like was we just said, okay, what landmarks in Mankato can we go do a little mic performance right quick to show everybody that, okay, this is where you're from. So that was the process of that. So it started from downtown and then straight to campus. And then we dropped the mic. We had some traffic control, you know what I mean? People telling the cars like, go this way, go that way. You know, we got the clips in and we got out of there. It was like in and out.
Cool.
Jacob mentioned it seemed like a pretty big production and stuff. What was what was your vision going into it, and like what were some of the challenges you had to deal with in making it happen?
And that's what makes the art so like, I would say beautiful, because how I was looking at the vision, I envisioned just doing another mic drop right quick, just not even exploring like, or adventuring the different scenes I could have did. I was just thinking, go in there, drop some bars, get out of there. As soon as I get there, it's like maybe 6-7 of us, and everybody's just communicating, talking like, yo, we should do this or we should do that. So it's like 1,000 minds going into one mind, and it was like a movie. It was a movie. So we were just trying shit. I'm not gonna lie. We were just trying it at that point. We caught the manager there. It's like, yo, bruh, free advertisement. What's up? You know, let us, try to go in here. It's like, yeah, come on, let's do it. And so that's what it was.
Cool that they let you go in there like that, because, just like day of on the spot, like I'm glad that businesses are starting to see that there's like real benefits to like letting people just like do shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned one thing that I was interested in is the Discord chat where you're running beats or you're doing freestyles. I'm curious if there's any other examples of like cool internet phenomena where that you've engaged with as a hip hop artist. I guess one example that I saw and enjoyed for a while was Timbaland he's been like live streaming and he'd like rate people's beats and and that was kind of fun. I saw a lot of like aspiring hip hop artists show him stuff and get like roasted or
yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
Yeah. Are there any other cool examples of that you've been messing with?
Yeah, so Discord is, man, shout out Discord and the people that made Discord. Because when I said I was incarcerated, I just came home last year, right? January. So my restrictions restricted me from leaving the city. You know what I mean? So I couldn't really do too much and put my name out there how I wanted to. So I had to do what I could within Mankato. So then I tried to figure out something else. So I was like, bro, I've already kind of reached my peak. I've been to 1,000 open mics. You know what I mean? Like, people are familiar. What do I do now? What can I do now? Boom, I go on Discord. So Discord is this, man, it's the next step in marketing and virtual reality, bro. Like, Discord is like I don't even know how to explain it. So say we're in this room right now, right? this is basically a Discord server.
Mhm.
Like Triple Falls voice chat. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we're all the users. Oh, that's fire.
We have a
Okay,
Discord server.
okay, exactly. So
Yeah.
like I was on YouTube one time and I was watching this Playboy Max stream and they were doing Song Wars. So Song Wars is also another thing that I be doing. Basically, so it's like a pool of artists, like 16 of us. There's like 4 judges, and the 4 judges put all of the artists on a spin wheel, and there's 2 wheels. There's the wheels with the artists, and then there's type beats on another wheel, right?
Yeah.
So they spin the wheel for the artist. They figure out who you're going against. So say it's this person against me. And then we go to the next wheel, and we go choose each other's type beats. So spin, we only get 1 spin, 1 skip, you know?
Okay.
So there's like Trippy Red type beats, Chief Keef type beat, Glow type beats, any type beat, right?
Yeah.
And depending on what that song war condition is, you got about 30 minutes to an hour to make a song
Wow.
on the spot. You know what I mean? So they tell you, hey, you got 30 minutes, you're going against this dude, your song better be better than his. You can move on to the next round. All right, go.
That's awesome.
Come back. And it's always people in the audience waiting for you too.
And they're handing you off stems, or are you just like putting bars over like a recorded track?
Oh no, so they're based so some Discord servers are so official that they actually have beats. You know what I mean? They have everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like potentially if that song that you just made goes viral, they give it to you. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Sick.
really
Yeah.
cool.
But some like most Discord servers that I'm in, it's just YouTube type beats. You know how it is, getting it out the mud. If the song do good,
Mhm.
gonna hit the producer on the back end, you know what I mean? Like, bro, good looking, you know what I mean? But like anything else, you know, everything is off the land, really, really. So like the stems and all that comes into play when you start doing numbers, when you start getting on Playboy Max's like streams and like people like that are actually on online like live streaming. They're just sitting in a chair and you know exploring life. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's next level, bro.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Competition.
there's a lot of communities on Discord. The strange thing is finding them, because there's not like a centralized space on Discord. So
Yeah.
it is kind of like you're constantly like getting shoot into like small communities, and there's a lot of underground stuff on there. I'm in a couple music channels there, but like it's few and far between that I actually am able to like find a new one, because I don't spend a lot of time looking. But
Yeah.
they're all interesting.
It's the same with podcasting too, I think, where there's not a great search mechanism, but there's a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like word of mouth, and I mean I think that keeps it fun, you know.
Yeah, keeps it interesting. You know, I wouldn't have found Discord or the servers I didn't have. It wasn't word of mouth.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It was somebody I met down at an open mic. Like, bro, you should get on Discord. All right,
That's cool.
got on Discord and it was over with from there.
Yeah. Well, what is it like? How much stuff are you kind of sitting on right now? Like what's in the near future? Are we likely to see any music even before the show comes up?
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
Oh, absolutely. July 5th. It's the 12th today. Gotta have at least 2 to 3 singles out by then. For
Okay.
sure. Like, for sure. So I'm sitting on probably like an album or 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not even gonna like count the little mini mixtapes I got on the side that I haven't really finished or mixed. You know what I mean? But like I'm sitting on a lot of music.
Cool. And so your process for that, like, you know, I think that that's the way it works now, is you basically got to like release singles to like keep people engaged.
Mhm.
Like what's the stuff that's important to you that is like happening in between each release? You know, like what's the key components?
Oh, the key components I would say is to stay consistent, to stay motivated, and don't forget that you have a deadline to meet and that you've told people that you're going to do this for them, you know? So what I try to focus on is the date that I put out to my people is the date that they get that song. You know, because it's like it's disappointing when you wait for something and you don't get it. Imagine you're not getting your package in the mail from Amazon and you need this part.
Yeah.
Is that better too than not telling people and just surprise dropping it? People like the anticipation. You gotta let them know ahead of time.
Well, I mean, so that's good and bad because honestly, the anticipation is got to be the right time and right moment. Because then, if you do it at the wrong time, it's like, who am I really to give them that mysterious, I'm that little your aura or whatever. Who am I really? You know what I mean? Like, who's really waiting? I'm looking around.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be realistic. You know what I mean? So like that's why I try to give them that date because then it gives me time to roll out. You know what I mean? It gives me time to keep pushing this agenda in their face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put this in their face for a week straight so that when it drops, people that didn't even see it or did see it, the people that are annoyed to be like, oh, finally, bro. Let me go see what this guy was talking about now.
Yeah.
Like, it's been in my face for so long now. Like, let me go see what he's talking about. And then I'm reeling them in right there. You know what I mean? Because now you're about to experience some, greatness.
What type of content do you think about creating for some of those like initial song, like where someone's going to be listening to your song for the first time and discovering you? Do you have any kind of content that you think about making for that?
Yeah, it just depends on the vibe that the song gives. Because like if it's a sad down song, then I'm going to just do some content on the, relatable side. But if it's a turned up, having fun party song, then I'm gonna make some comedic content. You know what I mean? Just maybe like a little skit or something, or something with my music in the background. So it just depends on what message the song is giving out in the first place, and then you can relate the content.
Mm-hmm. There's some accountability in there too. I feel like if you tell people that it's coming and then they actually end up seeing it. I mean that's just a real easy way to like keep people built into the project, because that is right. I 100% agree with you about like who is someone to just like give someone something and then ask them like what they thought of it when they didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
Like you got to be as excited about your own music as people you want other people to be. I feel like
yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that you're getting ready for with this summer? In terms of either shows or, I know you mentioned some music, but anything you're building towards, want to put out into the world for your first appearance on the TF Cast?
Yeah, I actually got a show coming up here, Juneteenth.
Okay.
June 19th, downtown at the Plaza, I think. It's from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. all age event, free.
Excellent.
There's gonna be vendors out there. Just out there celebrating Black excellence. It doesn't matter what race you are. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a good time, bring your kids, bring your family, bring granny them, bring everybody. Come out there and just, enjoy your time. But that's really what I've been just basically looking at that. The shows that I have, these 2 shows, it's Juneteenth and July 5th. Those are my first 2 shows. So I'm really hoping that after this Juneteenth show that I can get some content out there and people, start hitting me up again like last year kind of. Or I'll just build a resume basically. The more shows I do, it's more like a resume because like my music is just a front for my real business for what I really want, to like be financially free.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be out there at both of them, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. Looking forward to it. Yeah. So Nur-D on July 5th at the Mankato Brewery. We'll have Janii there. We'll have Intelligent Design there. We'll have the BDE Boys there. And Nur-D will be with his DJ Hayes. And we're looking forward to that show. July 5th, music starts at about 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale today.
And plugs, where do people find you? Like,
oh yeah, across all platforms, you could just find me at Janii Sudan, JANIISUDAN, across any platform for social media. Just check it out, DM me, do what you gotta do. I engage, I talk back. I'm a real person. You know what I mean? I like engaging with people that like my music. If you like my music, then I like you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't bite. Holla at me.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
For sure, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.